Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at the 19 population Franks Scout Rush build order. So this is a build order that you can find in various places such as the AOE companion website, but also on the YouTube channel for Humza Crumza. So I'll put the link in the description for his channel. He's a really good YouTuber and some great content on there. So if you enjoy Age of Empires 2 content, you're looking to improve the game, or you're looking to learn build orders, then start now by subscribing to this channel. Okay, so it's the usual start. Make your 2 houses with your starting villagers and then send them over to sheep until you've got a total of 6 on sheep. And just make sure you're going around scouting your map and trying to find the resources that you need as soon as you can. Do use your scouts, sorry, not your scouts, your sheep to do a bit of scouting for you, so you can get those resources as quickly as possible. So it's quite a good build order in terms of speed. So very much Age of Empires is all about speed really, and getting in on the attack as quickly as you can. So to be able to do this in 2 less population than the standard generic Scout Rush is really beneficial. Plus the fact that the Franks obviously have the higher HP as well, which is even better. So your next 3 villagers that come out are going to go and go to wood after this one. So this one's just going to lure a boar, and the next 3 are going to go to wood. So a little bit different to usual. We normally go for the wood first and then get the boar, but this just helps speed up the food intake, which, because we're going up earlier, we're going to need that food in sooner, so we can click on. Okay, so just 2 more to go to wood. So it's a really good build order, really good strategy to use when you are Franks. It's quite a predictable strategy. When you're Franks, you know, the only real option is to go for a Scout Rush. I mean, you could do like a man at arms or a Drush into scouts, but generally, you know, scouts are going to be involved somewhere. So it can be quite predictable, but I think that's where the advantage of going up earlier works for you. So the next villager to come out is going to lure the second boar, and then the next one to come out is going to go towards berries, make a house, and then the mill. And then it's generally the next 6 after that are all going to go to berries up until we've got 19 population. But yeah, certainly getting up there a little bit quicker is massive help. Nearly lost that villager. A little bit sloppy there. Okay, so that villager is going to make the mill as well with the other one, but we've still got just another 5 villagers to come out. They're going to go to the berries, and just basically just utilising that Frank bonus for the berries. So for those of you who don't know, the Franks collect from the berries quicker, which is fantastic. So that's why we're kind of just overloading the berries at this point, just to really utilise that bonus. You could be asking, why didn't we send them to berries sooner? The answer really is because even though they do have that bonus for the berries, villagers will still generally collect food quicker from the boar, and there's not obviously that time being spent to build the mill. So getting those boring as soon as possible will really give your economy a good boost really. So that's the next villagers come out. So we're on 19 population, and we're now researching Loom. Hopefully by this time you found all your resources, and you should be trying to find where the enemy is. As you can see on the minimap, my scout is just running around trying to find where the enemy is, but you'll probably have to wait a little bit, have a little bit of idle time, but then you can just force drop the food and click up. So on the way up to the feudal age, you want to be sending 5 villagers over to wood. Don't need to necessarily make a second lumber camp with them at this time, because it is going to be a little bit tight on wood for the time being. And we're going to need those resources because we need to make a house, and we also need to make a barracks, which is what's happening now. So just one of those wood villages. We're just sending him to make house and barracks, and then send him back over to wood. Possibly could have done it with one of the food villages, just so you've still got that wood income coming in. But I think with scouts, it's probably more important just to get the food in at this point, just so you can really sort of push on with the scout production once you hit the feudal age. As you can see, we found where the enemy is. We're just trying to have a little look around, scout where his resources are. Just get an idea of where we want to attack. But as soon as feudal age comes in, get the stable down. I always send a second villager to help with the stable. I don't know if you necessarily need to, but I find it's better just to get those scouts out a little bit sooner. So your next two villagers to come out are going to go to wood. You will want to make a second lumber camp at this point, but you do also want to research double bit axe as well. So as you can see, stables up, scouts are on the way out, and I'm just using one of those villagers to continue just building, sort of doing a bit of walling up, really just keep making houses, trying to defend the front of the base there a little bit better. So we need to have 10 on wood. So because that villager is now building houses, I've just sent a third villager over there. Again, if I'd have used one from sheep, you'd have been fine. You wouldn't have had to do that. You'd just be able to start looking at making farms. But as you can see, the berries are starting to run out now. So we will soon want to start making farms with those villagers from there. Just because they'll have nothing else to do soon. We're just going to get the fourth scout. So it's the third one we've made, but it's going to be the fourth in total. And we're going to look at going on the attack very, very shortly. So here we go. I think 4 is always a good number. You can actually put them in box formation. They're just a little bit easier to control when they're in box formation. But as you can see, I've had to kind of send those berry villages over to the wood now that that's run out. And then it's just a case of every time I get 60 wood, we'll be adding a new farm. If possible, you want to be getting horse collar before you get too many farms down. But in this case, just don't lose you. Oh, there you go. They managed to survive. Nearly lost one, but you can still keep putting out villagers, putting out scouts if you can. But very much a case of just keep getting your farms down, getting horse collar in at this point, and then keep getting more and more farms down every time you get 60 wood. Now, the good thing with Franks is that they can, if you've got a decent amount of scouts, they can take on the spearman because of that extra HP, so they're not quite as vulnerable as normal scouts are. So you should be able to get in and really go on the attack, really, and cause some damage. As you can see, we're killing a few villagers there for the AI player. It works just as well in a multiplayer game. I always forget to turn the stance from the starting scout, change it back. Okay, that villager's been there a while now. Don't do that. Don't do that. So he's just carried on walling up the base, really, whilst all this is happening. As you can see, we've got plenty of farms down now. Economy's looking pretty good, and still on the attack. We're just trying to batter down the guard tower there, or watchtower, I should say, and adding more scouts as and when we can. As you can see, that one's coming up. I don't think we're going too overboard with the scout numbers. You can go full scouts if you wish, and just keep pumping out scouts and more scouts and more scouts. But generally I like to have an initial attack and then start looking at progressing and going into the castle age. But as you can see, we've got a decent number of scouts now. We've got 6. Not really lost any yet, I don't think. We may have lost 1, but just keep on building, and then getting the blacksmith down. which we will do very, very shortly. But that's it from this one, guys. Thank you very much, and just remember, if you enjoy Age of Empires 2 content, you're looking to improve the game, or you're looking to learn build orders and starting out by subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.